Where did I put that? That is, nope, that's not it. There we go. Oh, hey, you caught me. I'm doing some spring cleaning and, I thought it was about time I got rid of this box of rubber bands. I've been working on this box of rubber bands probably going on 25 years now. Got a good collection going, but as my wife says, if you haven't used it in a year, it's time to throw it out. So I guess she's right. But I've spent a lot of time out in the garage and working out in the yard, but I don't mind because springtime is actually one of my favorite times of the year. And listen, on this month's episode of Your Edmond, we'll be focusing on some of the things that you can do this spring, like, preparing for storms. And we'll also tell you about some programs of how to get rid of large quantities of trash, kind of like this box of rubber bands. That's coming up right now. Well, as you can tell, I've been doing a lot of cleaning out in the garage this morning, and I've got lots of stuff to get rid of. In fact, right here, these are things that are actually a little bit too big to fit inside a polycart. This would be called bulky item trash. And I've got another pile of stuff to get rid of here. Now, all of this here, this would be considered hazardous waste. Things like a little bit of leftover lacquer thinner, some paint, got some old motor oil, and actually even things like this. This is an old television and an old reel-to-reel player. In fact, the television and reel-to-reel player, this is called e-waste or electronic waste. Well, these are the kinds of things that you don't want to put into a polycart, mainly because, there are chemicals that can actually leach out of all of this product into the ground, and we certainly don't want that. So, actually, how do you get rid of this kind of stuff? Well, it's very convenient and easy. The Household Hazardous Waste and E-Waste Collection is a program that you can use each year to properly dispose of hazardous materials like paint, batteries, bleach, motor oil, pesticides, and electronic items. First, call 800-449-7587 to request a collection. You can also email your information to hotline@curbsideinc.com. When you call the hotline, you'll be asked several questions by an operator, including your address and the type and amount of materials that need to be collected. A collection date will also be determined. If you're a senior citizen or a disabled resident and require assistance to gather the materials, please let the operator know. After you've made the call and placed a request, a kit will be shipped to your home. This kit includes a program instruction sheet and other items to help pack and secure the household hazardous waste. There are even labels included for items that aren't clearly marked. All materials such as gasoline, poisons, pesticides, and aerosols must be placed into the kit. If you have more waste than will fit into the kit, please call the hotline to discuss your options. There is an online list that tells you what materials are acceptable and unacceptable for the household hazardous collection. On the scheduled collection date, the eligible materials will be picked up at your home. They'll be then sorted and packed and properly disposed of. You have one pickup per calendar year that is included with your normal solid waste fees. The program does allow for additional pickups, although a fee is charged in those cases. Schedule your household hazardous waste and e-waste collection today by calling 800-449-7587 or email your information to hotline@curbsideinc.com. Find out more information by visiting edmondok.com. As for large, bulky items, there are really several different ways that you can get rid of that stuff. These are city-coded bags, and these are great in case you have maybe too many leaves. You've gathered up all your leaves and you've filled up your polycart, great to fit inside of these. Or if you're cleaning out your teenager's room or an attic, or actually even if you have a larger rubber band collection than me, these city bags are great. City-coated bags can be found in many local stores in Edmond. They cost $1.50 each, which pays for the bag and the cost to collect and dispose its contents. When a solid waste operator sees a city-coated bag on its route, he'll notify the office, and the city-coated bags will be picked up by noon the next day. Another method of picking up, bulky items is called bulky item collection. The bulk collection is a great way to dispose of materials that are too large to fit in your polycart. Items like, well, tree branches or large appliances. Simply call Utility Customer Service at 359-4541 to schedule a bulk collection. You'll be given a collection date so you'll know when to place your items on the curb. Then someone with solid waste services will come to your curb and pick it up. The fee for this service is added to your next utility bill. There are also special requirements for certain appliances like refrigerators, air conditioners, and freezers. To find out more information about the bulk collection, visit edmondok.com or call 359-4541. There is another way that you can get rid of your bulky items, and that, of course, is to bring those to the Edmond transfer station. The transfer station is a nearby facility where solid waste is moved from the smaller collection trucks and combined into large semi-trailer trucks, which hauls waste to the landfill. Now, this facility is also open to the public. If you have a truck or a trailer and can drop off the items, you can bring them here to the transfer station. You must unload the items yourself, though, and there is a fee to do this, but it costs less than the bulk collection. Edmond utility customers receive discounted rates when they bring a copy of their utility bill and driver's license. The transfer station is located at 5300 Recycle Trail off Air Depot, just north of Covell. They're open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturdays from 8 a.m. to noon. For more information, you can call the transfer station at 216-9401. Here at the Edmond Transfer Station, you'll also find the Edmond Recycling Center. Now, this is a great place to go if, well, maybe you live in an apartment or for whatever reason you're not able to participate in the curbside service. You can very easily and conveniently bring your recyclables here. Here you can recycle plastics, glass, newspaper, aluminum cans, foil, tin cans, and even cardboard. It has the same hours as the transfer station, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday, and from 8 a.m. to noon on Saturdays. To get here, take Recycle Trail off Air Depot, just north of Covell. Not only does the city make an extra effort to dispose of solid waste from our household, it also holds an event each year to rid our beautiful city from litter found along the streets. Each April, the organization Edmond Beautiful and the city of Edmond sponsors Operation Clean Streets. Now, last year, approximately 260 volunteers collected 450 bags of roadside debris during this one-day event. Here's more about Operation Clean Streets, which takes place this month.
The most beautiful city in Oklahoma and actually everywhere is Edmond. Not only do I think that, I think our residents love living here. We're known for our beautiful landscaping, our trees. And one of the things that make that happen and is very important is to be known for how clean we are as a city. Operation Clean Streets makes that possible. Operation Clean Streets starts at 9. It is over at noon. It's a family opportunity to be together, to get some exercise, to pick a roadway, a mile, to, as a family, pick up litter. It is a great time to be together. It's a great time to teach those life lessons that it's up to us to keep our city clean and sparkly. We'll have a collection center for tires, but we also will have a sheet of different streets that you may clean and also bags that you can take with us. Dress casual. Dress like you're going to be picking up old shoes. Bring gloves, bring a happy attitude, bring your family. We'll bring the donuts, the coffee, and good instructions on how to make this be a worthwhile day, not only for Edmond, but for you. Bring your trash back because we have prizes. We have great prizes for the groups that pick up the most amount of trash, cover the most area, the most unusual trash, the biggest item, and I think we even have one for the funniest item. So it is interesting. We do that at noon. We love to see what everybody turns in, and many people stay around to see if they're going to win, and they get to see what else everyone brings in. Everyone that would like to join us for Operation Clean Streets meet in the parking lot of the City Administration Building at First and Littler. We will greet you with donuts and coffee and set you on your way with a good attitude and a big empty trash sack to be filled.
Coming up on Your Edmond, we'll be showing you how to properly dispose of grass clippings and why it's so important. And
taser, taser, taser!
See how the use of tasers has helped Edmond police officers save the lives of officers and even the offenders themselves.
If you're thinking about replacing your home's heat and air system, then now is the time to take advantage of the Oklahoma Comfort Program. By replacing your older system with a new geothermal heat pump, you can receive up to $1,800 per ton in rebates, along with federal tax credits. Not to mention, geothermal heat pumps use less energy and save you money on your electric bill each month. Find out more about the Oklahoma Comfort Program by visiting edmondelectric.com.
Well, welcome back to Your Edmond. You know, it's that time of year again that the grass in our yard begins to grow and needs a lot of mowing. Now, before you even think about blowing those grass clippings out into the street, you need to know how it affects the city's stormwater drainage system.
During the spring and summer months, this is the time that we most likely will see people taking their yard clippings and blowing them down into the storm drains. Lots of people think it's just organic debris that would be totally fitting going in a stream or creek, but actually what you're doing is you're introducing a lot of nutrients that algae use to survive on. The main thing we see is algae blooms in our creeks and streams. Algae blooms are the big green mass that you see on a pond. They're usually a big mat that covers an area. It's a living, breathing plant material that takes up nutrients and oxygen and survives on water. This can be a problem because it robs the wildlife, fish in the area, of oxygen that they need to survive, and it causes fish kills. My advice would be make sure that you're leaving the grass clippings or your tree debris on your yard as mulch. It gets a lot of nutrients that way. The other thing you can do is bag your grass clippings and just set them out with your regular trash load. One of the best things we can tell people to do with their grass clippings is collect it and use it in a compost bin so that they can later use it on their yards or their flower beds. Those grass clippings do contain a lot of nitrogen and phosphorus that will save them money in the long run by using it as fertilizer later.
You know, making improvements to our homes is another job that we do during the spring and summertime months. Now, remember, when you dig or do any kind of excavation, whether you're building a fence or planting a tree, be sure that you get underground utility lines marked in the area. It can be extremely dangerous to dig into underground electric lines or even gas lines. You can have those lines marked for free by contacting the Oklahoma One Call system. Just pick up your phone and dial 1-800-522-OKIE, or you can dial 811. You can also make an online request by visiting callokie.com. And also, in case you're doing any kind of electric work in or around your house, you'll want to know about this.
Inspectors with the Building and Fire Code Services conduct anywhere between 60 to 120 inspections each day. That comes to around 12,000 inspections a year. This process of permitting and inspection is designed to protect the life and safety of you and your family. In fact, we take pride in making sure that all citizens are protected and that all systems function in a safe and effective manner. This is especially true for permits that involve electrical work. As you know, electricity is very dangerous, even deadly. If equipment or wiring is improperly installed, there is a risk of fires and possible electrocution. Therefore, permits and inspections are required for any alterations to existing wiring, upgrades to electrical systems, or anything that adds or takes away from the system. Generators and lightning protection can also be dangerous if added to an existing system incorrectly.
Well, another thing we see here in Edmond, and it seems like it's just gotten worse and worse as the economical times have been a little tougher, is people, instead of wanting to hire a licensed electrical contractor and have a licensed electrician come to your house, they'll go hire their uncle or brother or a handyman or whatever. But he gets out there and then he messes something up. Then what happens is they end up calling us. We come out and straighten it up. Well, they've already paid him to do it, but now they're paying us too. So they were trying to save money, but it actually cost them twice the amount of money just to be able to get the job done the way it should have been done to begin with.
There are many things that homeowners deal with on a regular basis that doesn't require a permit. Those include changing light bulbs, replacing light fixtures, or even changing a light switch. Overall, inspectors like myself want to be an asset and assist you through your construction and remodel process. Just like you, we want the end result to be safe for you and your family. You'll sleep better at night, and so will I. If you have any questions or concerns about permits, we would be glad to talk with you. Just call 359-4780. There is also a lot of great information on our website, edmondok.com.
Edmond 911, what's the address to your emergency?
I live at 9000 East Danforth, but I'm actually next door at my neighbor's house.
Okay, and what's going on at your house?
It's my brother. He's been drinking a lot. He's trying to drive. He got mad at me because I took away his keys, and he's really upset.
What's his description?
He's maybe 5'7", 5'8", around 180 pounds probably. He's wearing blue jeans and a gray shirt. He was in the garage when I ran out of the house.
Okay, well, I just want to assure you we do have officers on the way, okay? I'm going to stay on the phone with you until they get there.
Okay.
Some of the concerns that you have on a call like this is how intoxicated is the subject? Are they typically violent when they're intoxicated? What type of weapons they may have on their person? And just basically what their mental state is right now. 344 Evan, I'm 97, I've got him out front. And officers have many tools to utilize in a situation like this. Number one is experience. Experience is the most important thing that an officer carries with him into a scenario, because it's his experience from seeing this before or seeing similar situations that tells him what the outcome may be and what he needs to be alert for. Also, we have our verbal commands. Our voice, our command presence, just being there in uniform should be enough to control most situations. Hey, how you doing today, sir?
I'm all right.
What's going on this afternoon?
Trying to go home.
As we approach the subject, we're going to be looking for signs that he's agitated, or if he's calm, we're looking for all those nonverbal cues from him. Is he pacing? Is he standing still? Is he giving us direct eye contact? Is he sweating profusely? We're looking at all those indicators to see what type of situation that we're going to be facing. A lot of times, a person can change dramatically in just a few seconds. They can be talking to you normally and then all of a sudden become very violent. And we have to always be cautious to that occurrence. Well, how much you had to drink today?
Enough?
Enough what?
Alcohol?
Alcohol? Okay. Well, what's going on? What are we doing out here today?
I'm trying to leave. Do you mind?
Well, seems like you've had a little too much to drink
And
to
you're
be driving.
blocking my way.
Well, I'd love to get out of your way, but we need to talk to you first. What's your name?
I don't want to talk to you. I want to
Okay.
go home.
You don't have any guns or knives on you, do you? Any weapons we ought to be concerned about?
No.
No? You mind if we pat you down right quick just to make sure so we can sit here and talk and get this figured out?
I don't
Okay.
mind.
Why don't you turn around there and face my partner there. He'll take care of you. Taser, taser, taser! Stay on the ground! Stay on the ground! Do not move! Do not move, sir!
Oh,
Stay on the ground! A taser is an electronic control device that utilizes electricity to gain compliance. The electricity overwhelms the suspect's central nervous system and causes them to comply. A lot of times it causes them to fall to the ground, or it causes involuntary lockup of their muscles. Sir, do not get up! Stay on the ground! Stay on the ground! Stay on the ground! Some of the other advantage of a taser over other types of use of force is a taser gives a temporary effect. Once that 5-second cycle of the taser is over, the suspect is relatively unharmed. He'll feel like he may have worked out hard, or he may have a muscle strain here or there, but overall, when that 5 seconds is over, it's over. Whereas in pepper spray, that has lasting effects. And a subject may suffer from the effects of pepper spray to 30 to 45 minutes to an hour before they get any real relief.
Next time do what we say and you won't get it, okay?
I understand, sir.
All right.
Sorry.
To be certified to carry a taser at the Edmond Police Department, you're going to have to go to the taser school. While at the school, you're going to learn how to aim, fire, and conduct routine maintenance on your taser. Most importantly, you're going to learn what type of situations the taser should be properly applied and how to do so. The Edmond Police Department has utilized electronic control devices since approximately 2002. We currently have approximately 78 tasers on the street, and we used those 19 times last year to resolve critical incidences that otherwise could have been a much more significant use of force. The electronic control device is a unique weapon. It gives us the chance to have distance. If we hadn't had a taser, we would have had to taken him to the ground physically with hands-on tactics, and it's a greater risk to the officer and to the suspect of injury from the fall or a strike or an inadvertent strike. So being able to take somebody to the ground with a taser is much safer for the officers and the suspect as well. But they're only a tool. They won't work in every scenario, every time. That's why we have several different options to draw from. The purpose of the electronic control device with the Edmond Police Department is to save lives. The Edmond Police Department has the opportunity to provide top quality service to their citizens because we have cutting edge technology and cutting edge training. The electronic control device is a device that allows us to take a focused, aggressive attacker into custody from a distance, thus being safer for him and the officers involved. And that's the Edmond way. This video was produced by the Edmond Police Department and the Cops Leadership Council. To learn more about the Leadership Council and its partnership with the Edmond Police Department, please visit edmondpd.com or call 359-4440.
When we come back, Matt Stillwell with Emergency Management will give some useful tips on how to prepare for Oklahoma's storm season.
I'm Dave Derringer, and I'm out here at the MAC taking part in Spring Break Camp 2011. Yeah! It's a prehistoric adventure you'll catch later on in the show at a new Out and About.
Well, here we are at Kickenberg Golf Club. The tip I have for you today addresses the most important part of the game, I feel, and that's putting. And the ball should find the hole. For today's tip, it has nothing to do with the golf swing. It has all to do with the knowledge of the rules of golf. And what you're going to find here is I've hit, unfortunately, a bad tee shot off of number 18. My ball happens to be lying inside a lateral, which is a red marked water hazard. I have a number of different options to use to play my next shot to the number 18 green, and I'm going to give you an option that not many people think about. First option is I can get in here, and without grounding my club, I can try to play my ball out of this hazard. That's not an option I'm going to try. A common option that most people will be familiar with is I can take relief to where the ball last crossed the red line, take my stance, take 2 club lengths, and drop the ball in between those 2 club lengths and advance the ball to the hole. Or another option, where the ball crossed the red line, go back as far as I want between that point and the hole, advancing the ball, which I would not use. Still another option, go all the way back to the tee box and replay my drive. Or the option that I would use, and not many people remember, is in a lateral water hazard, you can take relief on the opposite side, which in this case leaves me a wide open shot to the number 18 green if I just knew and understood the rules of golf. 5 different options in this lateral water hazard. Option number 1, play it as it lies. Option number 2, as most people are familiar with, 2 club lengths where the ball last crossed the red line, advancing the ball no closer to the hole on your relief. Option number 3, go back, keep that point between you and the hole, playing in your approach shot. Option number 4, go all the way back to the tee box, replay your drive. Or the one that I would utilize in this situation, equal distance, opposite side of the hazard, approach the green from that angle, I'm wide open. And too many people do not understand the rules of golf, and in this situation, it may cost them quite a few strokes, leading to a much higher score than they really needed to have on this hole.
But during storm season here in Oklahoma, there are several programs and several ways that people can stay informed. It's very important here in Oklahoma to have a plan ahead of time. If a tornado comes through, where are you going to go in your home? If you have a shelter, do you know where that shelter is? Is it accessible? Is your kit, your emergency kit, located in the shelter that has some food and some water and flashlights and spare cell phone batteries? Where else in your home would you go if you don't have a shelter during a storm? What is the plan for your family to gather in case you get separated during an event? So it's very important here in Oklahoma to have a plan in place and to be weather aware. We do have our storm shelter registration program, which is critical. There are cases where a severe tornado has hit and a home or a building has been totally annihilated, but the residents or occupants of that building have been safe in their underground shelter. A lot of times when there's total devastation, it's hard to tell where specific addresses are and even where a home might have stood. Through this program and the registration of the GPS information, we can actually pinpoint the exact location of that shelter and help the folks to get out safely. Code Red is a mass notification system that uses telephones, cell phones, text messages, and email to notify the residents of the city of Edmond of any sort of public safety related incident. The system itself can call up to 60,000 homes in an hour. And we'll let you know of public safety related issues such as missing children, evacuations that have to take place. Our database is pretty accurate, but we want to make sure that folks get notified in an emergency, and they can do so by going online to edmondok.com and clicking on the Code Red link. There you can go ahead and add your name and your address and all of your contact phone numbers, whether they're your landlines at your home or your cell phones or even pagers. All that information can be added through that database. We do have the Weather Watch program, so if you're having a family event or an organized event that's outdoors, you can register with our offices and let us know where and when that's going to be. And if severe weather does approach during your event, we will notify you, notify a contact that's on scene at that event of impending weather. Another resource we have is the Personal Emergency Plan Book, which is available in hard form but also online. And it's full of ideas of what can happen here in Oklahoma and tips for you to make effective preparations. If you go to our emergency management website as part of the city's website, you'll find some Keep It Safe tips on video form that'll give you all kinds of emergency preparedness ideas. If you have any further questions or require additional information, you can visit us online or call 359-4564.
Hi, my name is Dave Derringer, and I'm out here at the MAC enjoying Spring Break Camp 2011. This year's theme, Prehistoric Adventure. What's your favorite part of the farmer's market? What'd you do at summer camp this year? Hey, what do you love most about this park? What is your favorite part of this prehistoric camp they got going on out here at the MAC?
Dodgeball. I can defeat the counselors. We love dodgeball.
You love dodgeball?
Swim, fishy, swim.
Swim, fishy, swim? You actually get to go out and swim?
No.
Oh, okay.
I love our dodgeball.
Dodgeball?
My favorite event is probably painting a pottery. We paint and draw, and sometimes we leather. Like, it's called leather. Mm-hmm. We did it yesterday. It's called leather something, but I forgot what it's called. I just learned how to play Mancala, and I'm beating Spencer.
Well, we're making terrariums.
Terrariums?
Yeah.
Whoa, that's a really big word. What does that mean?
It's basically without water. It's like caged in.
Oh, okay. Now, what was the name of the dinosaur?
Lily.
Lily. How long have you had Lily?
Well, I only put her in today.
Oh, okay, okay. She's really grown since you put her in there. That's really awesome.
Yeah.
Ah, it's erupting! Run for your lives! Guys, what's going on out here?
Well, right now we've actually got a game of beanbag bowling going on.
Have you ever scored a 300 on this beanbag bowling?
No.
No?
We like to encourage friendly competition. So there's a lot of, trash talk, but it's all in good fun.
Okay, you got to be careful when you're out here because there's a lot of prehistoric creatures that hang around these rooms, and so I'm kind of looking for one right now and seeing if... Oh my gosh, there they are! Look at them all! Ah! Don't let them out! Keep them caged in!
Dave wasn't doing a good job, so I'm taking over. Hi, Nicole. What's your favorite part?
Pottery. Hey, ho! What's going on here? That's my job. So, Nicole, you're out here outside and...
I'd rather talk to her.
Yeah, well, give us your best impression of the Tyrannosaurus Rex. Oh, come on, let's do it better. Come on, 3, 2, 1. Yeah!
I'm a pterodactyl.
Oh, so that's a good face. See, that's a really good face. Right there, yeah.
I'm a dinosaur.
3, 2, 1. Man, this prehistoric adventure has been a lot of fun, but I gotta get out of here! Ah!
Well, that wraps it up for another episode of Your Edmond. And I decided that since I'm finished with my spring cleaning, I'd bring my dog Nellie for a walk. And that's a great idea because the city parks that we have here in Edmond are beautiful. It's a great opportunity for you to bring your family or bring your kids or even walk your dog like I'm doing. Now, if you do walk your dog, be sure to remember, bring a plastic bag. Now, they do have plastic bags all over the parks here in Edmond, but regardless, make sure that you take care of that. We'll see you next time on another episode of Your Edmond. Come on, Nellie, let's go.